are you able to pull up a map for me to see?
I'm working on that. Give me just a
Not
moment.
of not of the apartment. I need to know where the building is. I don't have a comlink, so I can't, Renraku maps it.
Yeah, I mean, I should totally be able to do that for you.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
just shake my head and I'm gonna reach down inside of my coat and I'm gonna pull out just a little comm link and slide it over to you.
Oh, thank you.
It's
I
uh
hope it's
it's
not expensive.
it's a disposable one.
Oh, even better.
Just a disposable comm link. It doesn't have any programs on it. It doesn't have any like hardened
Oh.
OS on it. It's just for day to day making phone calls and basic operations.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up like a Google Maps type thing and find out where the building is, since I don't know where the apartment building is.
Oh yeah. It's really easy to find. You get your 3D top down, drop down of this of the building, where it's at, a bit of an outline of the area. You can see the roads going around, all that neat,
Okay.
fun, happy stuff.
I'm just trying to like gauge like direction and distance so I can kind of like map out where it is in my head. My plan is to astrally project and go over there. I'm not going to scout the whole building out,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to get to where I can see if there's spirits floating around the building running security.
Okay. Um, Go ahead and do the thing.
So projection doesn't do much. Do I need to roll anything to like seek it? I know a sensing I'd need to do to find like about the any astral forms in the area.
No, I'm not gonna have you do a whole bunch of rolls for stuff like that. That will make it easy.
Okay.
Um, you're able to
So
get.
I'm at the table. I'm just going to be like, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to lay my head down on the table like I've had too much to drink.
Easy enough. While he's doing that, I'm gonna pull up. I'm assuming schematics are open source still, like
Yes.
base blueprints, building plans, city planning, all that good stuff. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you'll be able to get that kind of stuff off of basic city planning boards, permitting offices, that kind of thing.
Perfect.
It'll be
I
as
also
the building
want
was intended to be built, though. Like it's not going to be like
correct.
you know.
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's perfect. I
your
also want to
purpose
pull
will
up
just be made.
schematics for um, drainage and sewer systems,
Okay.
just to have them.
There is a drainage and sewer system as well, running underneath the building.
Well, yeah, we're looking at a lot of the same things, but one of the things Reachers are going to look at in particular is try and find record of when this Azzie got in there, and then try and correlate it with security permits. Try and figure
Perfect.
out who set up the
Well done.
security at his place.
Okay. So like when they took up residence at this apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so really what he's trying to get to at the end of it is who set up security in that building around the time he moved in.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Yeah. Let's start with you, because that's pretty easy information to go with, and then we'll go to Joe, and then we'll go to Glitch. So he took up residence here about 3 years ago, and the building itself has a standard contract with Lone Star to do any first response necessary. There are panic buttons located throughout the apartment building and outside of it, mostly by the garbage area and where people would walk their pets if they had any. But Lone Star is your main security provider. There are also fire alarms that tie back to City Fire and dock wagon alert stations as well, seeing that they handle most of the paramedic business as far as people who can pay. There is a free help phone. The condition of it is always questionable. That'll connect to Seattle Mercy, which is the public hospital, which is always overswamped and critically underfunded. But hey, if you can't afford Doc Wagon, They'll at least patch you up over at Seattle Mercy.
Right. So nothing out of the ordinary, just typical Lone Star security.
Yep.
As far as what's reported, and that's, I mean, I know you didn't go over these characters with the fine tooth comb, but that's a lot of what he does, is getting in and out, having security contact. So he'd be like, oh, okay, they probably put a package 13 in there.
You know all the different packages that would be available to the residents there. This is a mid-luxury apartment building. It's not super swanky, but it's nice. You definitely have to be making money to live here. It would qualify as a middle to high, depending on the apartment, lifestyle per month.
They definitely have indoor plumbing.
Oh, yes. They have indoor plumbing. The water's always hot when they turn the tap. And they could even get real coffee in this building.
Oh, snap.
Sons of bitches.
Beans and all?
Beans and all. They don't grind them here. But, I mean, it's not Folgers and it's not soy calf.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. Like, these people eat good.
So, like, you know, he's just why you kind of have an idea and make sure nothing seems out of the ordinary.
You would also know that they probably have security cameras on most of the floors, and definitely front desk security. They got a doorman. Let's move to let's do Red Bear next.
Nice.
You head over, you do your astral projection, and I will bring you with me. I just realized that we recorded a whole bunch of this and my sound wasn't working earlier, so
Oh no.
I'm not going to have all of my notes, but that's okay. It was just some of the setup. It was all the setup and introduction, which is kind of sad, but okay. So I'll pull you over to the scene that we're going to be at so you can see the kind of area. Just ignore the tokens. They're not there until we're there. Nope, that's geeks.
Where am I?
I'll move you. Oh, you did not come. Giggity. Pull the scene. There you go.
Okay. So it's the building that has the two open thingies?
Yes.
Okay.
And this would be the one on the east wing that they'd be referring to.
Okay.
You can see in there people, you know, the astral forms of people in all the different apartments doing their thing.
Right.
Right now, they are setting up for the rally, which is happening tomorrow. So behind you, over in kind of like the squarish area, which would be like this area here, you see some people setting up barricades, a podium, garbage cans, just generally getting that set up. You see them setting some wards up, and the wards are going in this kind of area up here where the crowd will be standing. So there's some wards that go around the edges of it, and a couple near the barricade as well.
Okay. But the building itself doesn't have like any spirits or wards put up that I can spot easily.
You do see some wards around like the garbage area. These things, they look to be, you recognize them as being ones that would kind of like shoo away pests, like devil rats, and one of them is a protection from ghouls to keep them at bay. Not that you'd ever see a ghoul in this area of town, but there's a lot of reasons you probably wouldn't see a ghoul in this area of town.
Lots of their normal hidey holes being warded against them is probably one of the starting reasons.
Yep. There's also present, I'll move you around a little bit. There's 2 subway entrances here as well for the underground. One south of the building and one over west of the building. And then there are on the street numerous, manholes and vents that could get you down into the sewer.
Okay. So then after that, I'll return to my body.
You return to your body. Pull. 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 Okay.
No magical security on the building, really. I mean, wards on the trash, but that's normal. Lots of sewer and subway entrances not too far from the place. They're already setting up wards at the rally, though.
What kind of wards?
I didn't look around, but I imagine a lot of them are like security wards meant to ward off spirits from causing problems, reduce the effectiveness of magic within the wards, things like that. You know, stuff to reduce the risk to the politician that's talking.
Nothing on the building though.
No, it's all down in where the talking is.
Excellent.
I mean, unless you want to go rooting around the trash and you're a ghoul or a devil rat, then there's a ward that might be a problem.
Nah, none of that is appealing.
Okay. I just don't want to give you incomplete data.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And then, so I handled what's the security of the building like, what's outside, and what's astral. What were you pulling, Glitch? What was your stuff?
So I want a full building schematic, like a full building blueprint. I'll render it as a 3D model. I need sewer lines. I need subways. I also need elevators on that 3D model as well as stairways.
All right. Rendering the model of the building is super easy for you. You're able to. Let's go ahead and give me a couple rolls here, though, just for funsies.
Sure.
Just
What
to
do you
see
want?
how much stuff and how quickly you get it. Let's just do your standard hacking roll to get into the or not hacking, data search. Let's do a data search roll. Which I can't remember what stats those are for you.
Oh, it's all logic. I've got it all here. So 11 dice.
Dice.
3 successes, 2 failures.
And you got a couple sixes in there too. All right.
Yep.
So, through your data search, you're able to pull up you actually find a pretty recent rendering of the building. This was something done by a real estate company who was selling apartments and doing virtual walkthroughs in the building. And you know, you could have stumbled across something that was 10 years old, but you still stumbled across something that's 2 years old. So this is pretty up to date. Getting the elevator locations was pretty easy. They have them at the elevators run up the center of the building. There are 4 of them, so that there's usually hardly any congestion going up or down. But you have 4, and they go up the center of the shaft of the building. The floors are built like they're cubes, and the apartments go all the way around the outside of the building. So there's no rooms in the middle. There's rooms in the middle. There's no rooms in the middle, but there's rooms on the north and south, the east to west. They're up against the walls, and kind of like a hotel. You got one room, and then across the hallway you got the next room, and the apartments are numbered staggered wise. Corner apartments on the outside tend to be the larger of them. All outside apartments have balconies as well, just as a added little perk you notice. Let's see what else. So that's the building layout. Like it's super basic and easy, and yeah.
Okay. My next thing that I want to know is how long. Breacher had the information of how long ago this guy moved in there, right?
Yes.
Years.
A couple years.
Yeah, it was like 3 years. Yeah.
Yep, 3 years.
Is there any work orders for upgraded security within the last 2 years that don't correlate to this map or the blueprints that I have.
Let's just do another data search real quick. It's like getting used to dice going on. I like the sound. They go clink.
The rolling sound is nice.
It is so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few successes there. That was what, 4 successes?
5. 1,
Five.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 fail.
You were really good there. Okay. As far as security upgrades, you did notice that the building got a building-wide upgrade to the new maglocks that are put on. These are rating 3 maglocks.
Rating 3, you said?
Rating 3.
Okay.
And they use a combination or an either-or lock. But no matter what, it needs to have a combination number code. And users could also opt in to add biometrics as well.
Okay.
But no matter what, there has to be a numeric passcode as well, just in case the biometrics fail. You recognize this variety of lock from some of your programming days.
Gotcha.
It's pretty common.
Not impossible to bypass. Not super easy, but not impossible.
It's a super common variety of lock. It's the name brand one. But nothing specifically tied to that apartment. Standard upgrades that you would see every couple years: the new locks, the new cameras, matrix security upgrades, the things that you would expect a good apartment building to constantly be updating for its residents. Nothing's out of date by very far. 2 years max.
Okay. The next question I have is, since it has a matrix security, what is the current, how do I word this? Access codes for those that are there. Like, how would I spoof showing the matrix security that I'm a resident? Or we're a residents. Each of it, like our comm links link up as spoof as a resident, so we don't get like ice and shit pulled down on top of us.
So that would either have to be done as a matrix hack, where you go in through the matrix and do that, or you could attempt to do it on site in AR. But you're going to need to break building security first. So that would be a cracking roll.
Right.
God, I got to grab my matrix list here. Because the matrix is where I am the weakest in Shadowrun for memory.
Hacking, electronic warfare. Yeah, I'm pretty decent on it with 5th, but it's a little bit different in 4th.
Yeah.
5th is all about marks and what you can do with each mark.
And first is this like mini game with actual like factual icons that you're supposed to draw out as you go through.
I remember Second had that too, where they like draw out the system map. And
Yeah, that was rough.
I don't want to draw the system map. I just want to roll dice.
Shadowrun Second, man, I think is where that joke came from. Is like, all right, now 2 hours of the game is dedicated for the decker.
It got to the point where we just hand waved all the decking. We weren't even allowed to at one point make a decker because it was just unless it was everybody was a decker, and then it's its own thing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I was just talking about that the other day. It's like, okay, so you've got your grid over here for combat, and you got your other grid over here for the matrix. You got to run 2 maps at a time.
Okay, so you're going to want to do a data search because you're going to need to find where you're going in the matrix to get in.
Okay.
You're going to want to, at that point, gain access to the system. So that is going to be a hacking roll.
Right.
And then you're going to edit in users to the system. And I'm going to say if you can I'm going to say the edit is going to be one action.
Okay.
I'm not going to split this up between a bunch of different actions. Or spoof. You're going to do spoof. You can use spoof programs to generate false access IDs and forge misleading data package.
Yep. Perfect. I've got all of those programs, so let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, because I don't play Shadowrun enough, especially 4th edition.
So
any of the real world inside knowledge I have, would any of that be helpful to Joe in his roles?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
Unfortunately, the way hacking in Shadowrun works, it's all basically program based.
Yeah.
All right. So data search first.
This building is going to be rating.
I'm not trying to take up the whole thing.
Well, let's say the building is just a straight rating 3, so you need a threshold of 3 successes on each of these things. I see 3.
Yep, I got 3.
Okay, so you're able to find this place in the matrix.
All right, got it. I found it. Now I need to do.
A hack.
A hack on the fly. What is it? Hacking. All right, so another.
Nice.
Seven with 6 sixes.
Oh, wow. That is a critical success. So if you had needed to, you could have regained an edge at that point. But you could add any flourishes that you'd like into this into the system for this.
Yeah. I'll add. Actually, I'd like to, if at all possible, with that, since we hacked the system, I'd like to hack the camera's system so that it doesn't register our comlink codes.
Okay.
So it blocks us out of the entire system.
That'll work.
And then I need a spoof roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the spoof program. What are we thinking here for skill? Is that a hacking again?
Yeah, that's going to be a hacking. Electronic warfare.
Oh, I have both of them, so.
Let's do hacking. Let's just do hacking.
It's going to be a little less. Actually, that's a failure. 1 success and 2 fails. 2 1. But that's going to glitch, actually. Or is that a crit glitch?
That is not a crit glitch. That's a glitch. Actually, no, because you didn't get any successes. That is a crit glitch. And
I got 1 success.
1 success? Okay. Yeah, no, that's just a standard glitch then. I missed that 5 at the beginning. Standard glitch. So. That was your spoofing roll, right?
That was my spoofing roll.
So that was unsuccessful. But because you were so successful, I'm not going to stick any ice on you for the initial hacking roll. I'm going to say you got in pretty nicely with that. So you can make one more attempt at this. And if you don't succeed, you'll be locked out of the system.
Can I just leave myself a back door?
Sure. You can do
I'll
that.
leave myself a I'll leave myself a back door for right now, so that I have access to the system, and then I'll worry about doing the spoof again. I'm not going to come back and do it right now. We want to make sure that we don't call down any security or anything on us,
Mhm.
and don't want to get locked out of the system. So I will then spoof my data trail on the way out.
Okay. And we'll just hand wave that part.
Easy enough.
That'll be easy enough. So you're prepped up. It's 11:30 at night by this point in time. You guys have spent quite a bit here doing your astral projection, your contacting of your Lone Star representatives that you used to work with, and hacking around the building and the public domain. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do tonight, or were you going to call it an evening and wait till the tomorrow to go do the deed? Was there anything else you needed to get done?
I don't think I have anything else to get done. We do need to set a time to meet up and make sure we've got our gear and ready to go.
I'm gonna try and binding that earth spirit when we get back to the our home.
Okay.
Here, we doing that thing where we're all just having the same apartment complex.
Hey, that'll work.
Works for me.
That's fine.
Okay. So you guys are all going to be at a certain safe house. Pull. 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 It's a bit of a flop house, really.
That's okay. I flop a lot.
Like Animal House for Shadowrun.
You got a cooler full of beer. You got a couple mattresses on the floor. And a girly poster up in the kitchen. You guys are pretty set.
Bachelor pad.
Right?
Yeah, I think the only other thing I would be doing is making sure that the rigging system's all been updated first thing in the morning for maps and traffic patterns, with them having to run heightened security in the area.
Okay.
But that'd be something I'd be doing in the morning. I don't think I've got anything to do tonight.
All right. Well, you guys are free to do your thing. Let me know when you're ready for scene transition to do the thing.
To bind the spirit. It's gonna take me 2 hours because the spirit's forced to.
Okay.
I have to consume the materials, which I have some materials on hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I would do my magic plus binding against. It's an opposed test, just like the other one, against the spirit's force times 2.
Okay. Repeat that again. Spirit's Force times 2. So I'm going to roll 4 dice.
Correct. Edge. I'm going to use my point of edge.
Okay.
Does it add dice, or should I because I'm confusing it from Edge from 5th edition. I don't remember which one is which.
So the way it works here is you spend an edge point, and you can then add your edge score to your dice roll. So you add that many dice to your roll. So if you have an edge 3, you spend an edge point, and you add 3 dice to your roll. Then you have 2 edge points left over.
This also makes 6s explode now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The rule of 6 applies for edge rolls only.
All right, so I'm spending my edge point.
Okay.
My binding is a total of a 9, so I'll have 10 dice. And he has 4 dice to roll, I believe.
Yep, I will roll those 4 dice right now. I got 1 success.
I got 4 successes, and I also got 2 6s. So I'll re-roll those 2 6s and see if I get more successes.
So far you're at negative.
No extra successes. I'm at 3 net successes, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, and you only got 1 success.
1 success, so 3 net.
So I got three net successes. The spirit requires 1 net hit to bind the spirit. Additional hits beyond the first add to the number of services the spirit owes. So I believe the services I already owed are now increased by the amount I got in net hits.
That's the way I would interpret it.
Okay, so I now have a bound Force 2 Earth Spirit with 4 services,
Okay.
and now I have to roll Drain Resist.
Yep.
Drain value equal twice the number of hits, not net hits spirit generated during the opposed binding test. Minimum 2. So it's just like summoning in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to resist 2 drain with my 8 drain resist. I got,
3.
it looks like 3 successes. Yep. So I drain the resist the drain. Okay.
You've taken no.
Now I
drain
got a
damage.
friend named. Yep. So now I got a little friend named Lumpy.
Lumpy.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So that's 11, 12. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And you have finished your binding.
And I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay.
Very fatigued. Not enough that it's, draining, but that was 2 hours of a ritual, man. I'm tired.
And, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell from all the other crap in the carpet, but you made a bit of a mess. All right. I'm going to assume everybody else was good for their actions then, because I didn't hear anybody else say anything they wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll flop out on the couch and just kind of have that stuff running in the background. I'll have an agent running analysis on it in case there's anything we missed, and I'll pull up a Trid window in my AR and watch some shows.
Okay. What about you, Breacher? Anything?
Yeah, Breacher's boring. He's probably, he's ready to go to sleep and then get up and get started early tomorrow.
Okay. At the rally. I'm going to put everything there. Morning comes quickly for you guys. You get your sleep. You're all rested up. You load up into your cars and you follow the maps. It's really an uneventful drive. Seattle traffic is a little obnoxious, but it's nothing that Grid Guide isn't already known for. You pull up on this place. Your maps are showing you that the apartment building is at the end of an L street. At the end of that street, there's a kind of like public square area that's used as a community section where bands will set up. They have outdoor eating events, political rallies, any number of public features and events happen in this space. There are several apartment buildings here. All are in the upper income levels. Nothing lower than a medium lifestyle's worth of cost per month is in this area. As you're pulling up, you do notice that there is an increased police presence in the area. That's weird. A lot of my icons are missing now.
Yay, fewer things to deal with.
There we go. There they are. They're back. There's a bit of increased police presence, but it's mostly down at the end where Red Bear said it was going to be. They are set up. People are already milling about, getting ready for the event that's going to be happening here. They got the barricades set up and the podium. Um, and yeah, it's looking like it might be easy.
Never easy. All right. Well,
I mean,
okay. What time in the morning is it?
Um, that's the question I was going to ask you. It starts at 11. What time did you want to show up?
Figure an hour before in case something goes sideways.
10:30. Yeah.
it's like a 9 or 10ish.
9 or 10ish. Okay. Um, you are getting ready. It's 9 or 10 o'clock. You've hit the street. It's the building that you're looking for. I'll move you just slightly up toward that building so you know which one it is, because you do have the schematic. It'd be this one over here. And the apartment that you're looking for is the top one on it, facing out toward where the event's going to be.
Okay. Is there an on the schematic? Is there an entrance over here?
There is a back entrance. There's an entrance on all 4 sides of the building.
Okay.
These ones,
well,
the main one is on facing the road. That's where they have, they'll have the doorman and the actual building security. The other ones would just have cameras above the doors and require pass keys to get in from being a resident.
gotcha. Let's go in through the back door that I left there and see if we can't spoof ourselves as residents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where you would need to make that spoof roll to get that access ID, at least one of them. Rating 3.
I'm gonna spend a point of edge.
Okay.
That refresh my memory for 4. That's I get to add my edge dice and it rerolls 6s, or is it just reroll 6s on the edge?
Just on the edge. $13d6. Let's see. See 3 6s. 1, 2, 5s. You definitely have passed the threshold of 3 to spoof in access IDs.
All right. So I don't need to reroll those 6s.
No, you don't need to. You could if you want, and you just be a little more flowery.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Give ourselves access ID and like we're residents.
Yep, you have residential access IDs. You're able to add yourself to the system as residents. I don't know what name you pick, but you got to put a name associated with it.
I want to be Billiam.
Sure, whatever names they want. It'll be, John Smith, generic names.
Okay. You put in your
Billiam.
generic Billiam.
Billiam
Generic,
Abernathy.
really?
And those will all be linked to each individual comm link.
Okay. Except Billiam doesn't have a comm link.
Oh, he does.
He gave me a burner.
I gave him a
Oh,
burner
that's
one.
right. Okay. So you get that all set up, and you head on into the building. Like I said, it's kind of just like a square. It's like a hotel almost. You got in the center. It's a square, and in the center you have your 4 elevators that go up and down. Actually, there's 8 elevators in total because there's 8, 4 on each side of the. No, it's 4. It's 1 on each side of the square. So depending on which side of the building you want to go up, north, south, east, or west, there's an elevator for it. Sorry, I'm looking at my schematic over here.
I would suggest that we go up along the backside away from the rally.
So that'd be the south side. Or the west side.
Yeah, this side right here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be south because the apartment's on the east.
All right.
So yeah,
Unless anybody has a better idea.
I do not.
Yeah, I mean, Breacher would probably be going, okay, minimize contact with security and find the most efficient route in and out.
that's solid advice.
All right, gentlemen. We're residents here. Let's look the part.
Very well. Let's do this.
Preferably low, no loud bang bang noises.
Hopefully.
Had some loud bang bang noises the other night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you really got to stop eating at that Thai fusion place.
Wipe the comm link and proceed in.
Okay. The place is largely deserted. Everybody's going down. They're all setting up at the rally. You see so it's pretty empty. You have free reign to walk around the place.
We're here for one reason and one reason only. Let's get it done.
All right,
The less time we spend in here, the less likely we'll get caught.
got it.
Yeah,
So
Breacher's probably already mapped this out.
So the elevators are in the center of the building. The stairwells are on the corners of the building. You notice that as you're walking through. Are you taking the elevator up, or are you taking the stairway up to floor 5?
I'm happy with the elevator. From my spoofing, the cameras shouldn't see us in theory, and we have access, so we might as well use it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you go over.
Sounds good.
You push the button. Elevator opens, and you step into some of the sweetest elevator music that could possibly be playing. Every once in a while during the music, because it's only about it's like a minute ride up because it's kind of a slow elevator. There's definitely time for them to hit you with reminders of the latest amenities being added in the laundry room. In-unit laundry rooms will now have matrix support to notify you when you're running low on your favorite detergent, and you can set up automatic delivery through the Aztechology grocery delivery service. Little pop-ups like that go on as you're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna run silent and hidden,
Okay.
and with a filter.
These are going to be like on the panel in the elevator.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay.
These aren't
Did you ever
AR.
pay?
Yeah, they aren't AR. This is analog. This is old school.
My brain goes to, for the most recent example, Cyberpunk 2077, when you're in the elevator in your hab, and there's just all the advertisements and commercials and everything playing on the screens that literally cover every wall.
That's such a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
Now, it is now.
Oh, I played it when it first was released. I loved the glitches. I thought they were fantastic.
Not me.
I did too. I enjoyed it,
I
but
didn't run into most of the glitches. I figured just because I'm not really good at the video game, so I probably just thought it was me.
No, you couldn't mistake some of these glitches. T-posing and all.
T-posing on top of a motorcycle. It was great.
Yep. So you make it up to the 5th floor. Elevator dings. Doors slide open. This is a little bit swankier than the first floor when you got on. It seems like the apartments get nicer the way they go up, and there's only 2 more floors. So, hey, this place is on a pretty good floor. Apartment 518, really easy to find. It's right over there on the east side of the building. It's a corner apartment, so it's a little bit larger than the other ones. And it's got that rating 3 maglock made by some Aztecs, some Azzie subsidiary that Breacher is pretty familiar with, and so are you, Glitch.
All right. Well, how do we want to do this? Do we want me to try to burn through it, or is this a nobody can know we were here kind of thing?
I mean, you could choose either way. Frankie wasn't too specific on the particulars of the job as far as that aspect goes.
Well, I'll take a shot at it, and if If it doesn't work, we'll go with option B.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm going to click on astral perception just enough to look around and see if there's anything we need to watch out for.
Okay. Since last night, you have not noticed any new wards on the building. There is something that you missed. Maybe they did it overnight, but you recognize this as a kind of coating to keep bats and birds off the plasticrete outside. Keep the awakened critters off the building. So
Right.
it gives you it kind of obscures your vision looking out a little bit because it has that a little bit of like a mana layer there. Like you still see through it, but it's kind of like looking through a dirty window.
Yeah, I was about to ask like a greasy window or something.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. I'm not going to use my back door. I'm going to do the device directly.
Okay. Jumping in. And this is going to just be a hard crack.
Yep.
Like my back in the morning.
I wish
Are we looking at hacking? Are we looking at electronic warfare? What are we thinking? Cyber combat?
Not cyber combat. Let's just do hacking. Hacking makes the most sense here
Easy
to me
enough.
still. God, those dice were violent going across the screen. That's 2 successes.
Yep. 2 successes, 3 ones.
3 ones. So that is a minor glitch. You are unable to crack the maglock with that attempt. It's not going to trip building security yet. This is more like, oh no, I put the wrong code in while trying to get in. So you could do one more attempt, and if it fails, it's notifying building security.
Fuck it. We'll spend a point of edge.
Okay. That will do it. 3, 4, 5 successes. That one got you through.
All right. Let's quickly, gentlemen, and make our way into the apartment.
Okay. Activate.
Reacher will open the door and let them in, then close the door and stand by it.
So where it's going to let you in is this little area right here. In fact, this guy can go because Changeling isn't here. And let me get rid of those icons because for some reason it doesn't want to update them after I put in your new ones. Okay. So there you go. You are in the entryway for this apartment.
All right.
Goody.
Do you see anybody in here? Just kind of cautiously with intent make my way through so that there's not like anybody in here sleeping or hanging around or, this, that, or the other.
There's nobody in the entryway. This is kind of like a greeting room.
I could use Reacher would probably, he's got the thermographic sensor, so that'd be the first thing he would do, scan.
Okay. You kick your therm sensors on. You're going to notice a heat source coming from your forward and up to the right, up to the left. That's the living room area. That's going to be, you're going to notice it on the table. You're going to recognize that as a cyber terminal right away. Like 100% cyber terminal. The rest of the house looks pretty cold. A little bit of heat residue coming from the bathroom. But it's, probably like an old shower. Like just hasn't like completely de-steamed in there. A little bit from the kitchen, stove. It's cooling off still. And then there's an office directly to your right from the entryway. And you can see some electronic devices in there that are kicking off some heat as well.
Okay.
but no bodies, no people,
All right.
Okay.
nothing like that. No cats, not even a bird.
So,
Oh, thank God.
All right.
Birds.
see nobody in here.
So this is a terminal right over in here.
Yep, that's a terminal in there, and there's also one in the office as well.
He brought it home. I'm going to start with the office terminal first.
Okay.
You guys want to have a look around and see if there's anything of value that won't be immediately noticed?
Yeah, that's.
I could go steal silverware.
There you go.
All right, we'll try jacking into the terminal.
All right.
Yeah, gently search the rest of his apartment. I'll start up. Where was that?
And you guys have gloves on, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the city? I don't go anywhere without gloves.
Well, just checking. Just checking.
Do. I mean, even if we didn't, it's not like we have sins.
Yeah. So while this is going on, Glitch, you're going to get a phone call. It's going to be Frankie.
Not a great time, Frankie.
Oh, I was just calling to see if you were working the job or not.
No.
Looks like Winry's getting her start on a little bit early down there, and you can hear in the background a news report from one of the local Horizon stations. Politician Winry Cortez is setting up handshaking with her latest rally supporters coming in. Her platform's been insanely popular with her pro-meta, anti-corporate stances, looking to get more tax revenue out of the megacorps and back into Seattle city coffers to fund social programs. She's even getting support from some of the people down in the princes down in Tir Tairngire, forming a bridge between Seattle and the Tir for increased trade. It's really weird to have. It's unusual for an elf to garner so much support amongst the metas and the populist movements in the working class, and you can hear that coming through his speaker. You can tell he's watching the rally and the news.
I typed to the group chat. It's just a PR stunt.
Yep, text clearly. Nobody cares that much. Yeah, we're not a great time, Frankie. What do you need?
No, nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were working it. Got the Johnson. He was bugging me earlier to make sure that this data was coming through today. He's getting pretty antsy. He says that if he doesn't get this over, some of the other competitors might get a leg up on him. So he was hounding me. I just wanted to make sure the wheels were turning. But I'll let you get back to work.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Jack into the computer.
Okay.
I'll send that out to the rest of them in a text. Like, that was odd. I've never had anybody contact me in mid-job before.
That is
Maybe
unusual.
I'll type. Maybe Frankie needs to see a therapist and explore stress relief options.
Make sure you have our exits situated.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
I'll start hunting for information.
All right.
Yeah, at this point in time, could I have I'm trying to think about the layout. Could my rig be outside watching the building from outside?
Your car, van,
No, I'm sorry, my drone.
your drone. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if I haven't already set that because I wasn't sure, but I definitely gonna go now. That made me nervous.
Okay.
Hey, where are you guys? None of your damn business. That's where.
Frankie has always been a little nosy, but yeah, that was it's not completely out of character, but it was really weird timing. Normally he's bugging you
Very
after
weird
a
time.
job to show up, like, hey, you said you were going to be here 20 minutes ago, and it's been, 22 minutes.
I'm going to link up the agent program on this terminal to search for what we're hunting for, and then I'm going to check the other terminal.
Okay. The agent starts running. You head over to the other terminal. This is definitely a travel terminal. So, And it's got a lock program on it as well. So you would need to break through the password to get
All right.
into the main system.
Time for another hack.
All right, this one's going to be...
While he's hacking,
Yep.
I was going to look through the kitchen for a coffee mug.
You find several.
I'm going to take the one that I think is the cutest, and that's going to be my trophy.
Okay. And you can describe however cute you want it to be from... because you find the cutest one that you possibly could. 3, 5...
6 successes.
6 successes. Okay. You smash through that password. Like, you crack it really easily. Was it that easy, or was your skill that good? This is the take-home computer. This is what he brought home from work with him.
I'm going to copy file or see if the file we're looking for is in here.
Okay. You can give me a data search.
I have my mug. It's a Riggy coffee mug. It's like Ziggy, but it's an exasperated drone instead of Ziggy.
Okay, that is not a success.
That is bad.
That is bad. So you're fumbling around in the computer trying to find the file. Like, this guy's got kind of a weird file setup anyway. Like, who the hell organizes their shit like this? Like, seriously, like, file management people. It exists for a reason. But while this is going on, you're going to hear a tone start going off from the right side of the apartment over by the balcony. Like a smoke alarm almost.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to copy all of the information.
Okay.
I'm going to do an information dump.
Yeah.
So
Where in
Is that just...
So it would be, I'm just going to move Geek's icon and I'll move it back. But this would be where you start hearing the tone going off.
Yeah, so I'd want to get eyes on it, and I'd be trying to get the drone over to that side of the building as well.
Okay. Are you moving over to that side of the building as well, or just the drone?
I'm gonna try and find a way to kind of angle and look out without putting myself into a line of sight.
It's kind of like just it's like a balcony with like a waist high wall. It's slatted. It's not a solid wall. So, like, a kid could stick his head through the slats and get stuck kind of situation. It's got some patio furniture out there. You do hear the beeping coming from the balcony as well. Your drone flies over. Do you have like AR glasses or anything that...
I've got the rigger control.
Rigger control. So rigger control goes two ways. You could just set the drone to do a routine where you tell it, do this, do that, and it does it, kind of like a remote control car. And then you can jump into the drone as well using hot sim, where you are the drone itself.
Right. The control rig, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you either direct control or through manual like commands.
Yeah, I would probably do the direct control where I jump into the drone. Sorry.
You go ahead and you do that. It looks like a balcony. There's some balcony furniture. Looks like maybe a grill underneath the tarp over in the front, over in one of the corners of it.
But the sound is coming from the balcony, not past it.
Not past. It's on the balcony.
It's on the balcony.
And what kind of drone is this?
This is what is this one? The Rover. No, wait, that's not the Rover. The Ford LEBD one.
Okay, so it's like the little roto drone. It's like the sphere with the helicopter blades on the
Yeah,
top.
it's the the standard like law enforcement style one. It's like the Crown Vic of drones.
Okay, but it's a flying drone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sensors, it does pick up. The sound is coming from this area over here. It's coming from the balcony.
Right. And I can't see anything from inside, and it can't see anything from outside.
Yeah, it doesn't it sees everything that's on the balcony. There's what looks like a grill to be grill underneath the tarp.
Oh no,
it's got the furniture, like the couple chairs, couple tables, like 2 end tables and like a outdoor coffee table type situation. Rich people patio furniture.
right. Yeah. No, I got you.
Okay.
I was just verifying because so it's weird. There's something coming from out there. I'm gonna back off myself and go to glitch because I don't necessarily want to step out there to investigate. Maybe he can see something I can't. Glitch.
All right. Yeah.
There ain't nothing out there, but it's sounding something.
All right, I'm going to set my second agent program to finishing the complete copy of the data.
Okay, there is a lot of data on that since you're grabbing the entire computer. So it's probably going to take another minute or two for it to grab everything.
It's fine. Grab it all.
Okay.
We'll make it happen. What about the other? The other one should be about done then by then?
The other one should be done by the time yours is. This other one's done. It'll definitely be done. Less data on that one.
Okay. Again, I'll do the same thing that he did. Over here to the balcony, this entrance right here, kind of peek out. I'll use AR.
What are you going to be looking for? AR?
Icons of any kind.
No icons.
Any wireless signal.
There is wireless signal. There's some coming from the 2 end tables and the coffee table. Looks like there might be a couple data pads there, and then from the tarp over by the grill.
Fuck it. Pick them up.
All right, so you head outside. What are you doing first? Where are you going first?
Data pads first.
Data pads. These are those kind of, the rich people's solution to magazines, kind of like Amazon Kindles. They give a streaming service of magazines, newspapers. It's like a multimedia pad right there in the hand for news and all that fun, happy jazz.
Okay. Is the sound coming from this, or is it coming from the grill?
It's coming from over by the grill.
Okay, I'll make my way over to the grill.
Make your way over to the grill. So you're probably looking at those pads for what? How long? 15, 20 seconds?
15, 20 seconds, yeah.
15, 20 seconds. Okay. So it's at about a minute on the data downloads. So you head over to the grill and you pull the tarp off of it. Or do you look underneath it, or do you shuffle things around? What are you doing here?
I'll look underneath of it.
You look underneath and you see the the grill legs. It's like a, metal aluminum frame of this grill sitting on the ground. But you also notice some wiring sticking up from the legs that you haven't really seen on a grill before.
Maybe Breacher recognizes this.
Yeah. I'll send the image to them.
This is just
I'm kind of watching you.
Like a real time. I'll send the real time image to their comlink of what I'm doing. Well, fuck it. We'll lift the whole thing up.
As you lift the whole thing up.
What a weird grill pad.
No, I'll tell them stop that. Figure I'm watching them. I can probably see the wires.
So the wire. So you lift up. You start lifting the tarp, right? Now, do you stop
Right.
when he tells you to stop, or do you keep going?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, when he tells me to stop.
Okay. So you start.
I don't know
moving
anything
the
about
tarp.
demolition.
You start moving the tarp up, and then you just hear boom, and the grill kicks back. It doesn't explode. The grill doesn't explode, but it does kick back and falls over. And there was a small, ferret-sized drone underneath of it that had a long barrel attached with a rifle attachment.
Okay.
And
Hearing,
it was
I was gonna say, hearing the boom, I'm gonna start moving towards them to see if I can what happened?
okay. That boom goes off. It hits the ground. Where are you two?
Right here still.
Still inside?
Because I'd like right inside this door.
Okay.
Right.
So it
I
falls-
moved into the room where I saw them all at. So
Okay, so you're just in the room.
Yeah.
So it falls over, and it's a ferret-sized drone, which is kind of like the size of like a decent-sized RC car. It's not huge. It's not really big, but it's got some size to it. This one doesn't have any legs on it, though. It has no wheels. It's got no treads. It was set up to be stationary and hooked in. And
It's
it was
designed to make a loud noise to draw people here.
And like I said, it had a rifle barrel on it. And this was pointed down toward this was facing the rally. Because you're on the east side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
As that
son
goes
of a
boom,
bitch.
this patio, this is weird. Like, I'm going to tell you, this feels like a setup at this point. 4 or 5 media drones, news drones, fly up or over, and they're panned right on this patio at this point.
We'll duck inside.
Like, they got you on camera there.
That's
fine.
fine.
You know they did.
Shit.
And this does feel dirty. Like,
what kind of time frame do I have left? Or
data as you're coming in the building, you get the notification that your data's downloaded.
Retrieve both agents, grab the data. Fuck it, we'll grab that terminal too.
Okay.
And we need to leave now.
Okay.
Patrol.
Exit stage left. Post haste.
Right. Getting out of the apartment is easy. How are you going? Like, just get outside, get in the hallway, no problem. Nothing there yet. The building alarm goes off shortly thereafter. And it's the siren alarm. It's like the flashing lights and the, like emergency type situation.
To the stairs, gentlemen.
But
Yeah,
nobody's
definitely
coming.
the stairs.
Yeah, nobody's coming because all the Lone Star and the building security, they're preoccupied with what's going on up at the rally now. Doubly so.
There was sewer and subway entrances nearby. We need to make it to one of them.
If we get split up, we'll meet back at the house.
Yep.
So you make it, do you take the stairs? You take the elevator?
Take the stairs.
Take the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the stairs.
So you're bombing it down the stairs, jumping a couple, stairs here and there,
Right.
going over. Like, you are mobbing it out of the building, and the alarm's going. It's going. It's one of those emergency.
Do I still have my back door?
Yeah, you still have your back door.
Shut that alarm off.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do that. That'll be like the last action you got with your back door left over.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Shut the security down on them.
Cool. You are able to kill the security off because you got a really good success on that roll for that.
Yeah, no.
Like, that was really
They'll
good.
lock me out after that.
Yeah, you're locked out. Like, you're done now. Ice was trying to figure out what was going on there, and the black ice and the security ice. It's the building spider. Like, everything is on your case right now. If you try to log back in, it's on high alert.
Our comlink should still be spoofed though for the visuals.
For the cameras.
Yeah.
I thought that was. I'm just going to rate that as part of your turned off the building security. Cameras are
Perfect.
collateral
Okay,
damage
that's
there on that.
That's fine.
So you're able to get outside, and those media drones are swarming all around the building. And you recognize them all. They're all Horizon media drones. If it's media, it's Horizon. And they were out here running news coverage of this event. And yeah, you see all those
So
drones.
I'll put that terminal on the way down the stairs into my backpack. And then I'm gonna make my way to the subway.
Okay. The subway is over here.
Yep.
Okay.
Where's
What-
the sewer?
Sewer. Sewer could be here. Grab you here.
Okay.
Here, or up and down the road. There's other manholes,
Okay,
and
the panels there.
so I don't know where you want to go,
Well-
but that's where they are.
Yeah, subway sounds good. I'm gonna send manual commands to the drone into the car.
Okay.
Drone back to car. Car go home. But I'm like stall a minute or two.
All right.
I'm leaving on foot.
Manual commands are
I'll
given.
send
Your car does its thing
Same
as
thing.
programmed.
same thing to the bike. Manual command, go home.
All right.
Sorry, I'm laughing. My cat is attacking the screen whenever it either sees duality or duality move the cursor.
All right. Getting into the subway is pretty easy. The security down here, they have all bombed out. They are heading toward the rally itself. So, it's weird. Like, you don't even run into security doing this, but that's good. Like, that's the first lucky break you've had all night. Besides all the other lucky breaks getting into the apartment. But at least you don't have to deal with security getting into the subway.
This feels like it was a milk run, and we were asked to grab a carton of whole milk, and we walked away with skim.
More like we got
Skim
apple
milk and beer.
juice.
And you guys can talk it till we go ahead and close it out for the night, and I'll do one last Frankie bit here or newscast bit after you guys are done doing your talky bits with each other's.
Screw
We
it.
need to get this date. We need to get this data to Frankie, because that cred could be used to like hide out somewhere that's not our address.
I'm thinking Frankie fucked us.
Damn it, Frankie.
You don't call
He
somebody
had
in the
good-
middle of a job when you know they're doing it to make sure that they're there.
I defended him, and I thought he was just having a mental health crisis.
Well, first order of business is get to the safe house.
If he fucked us, he's going to have a physical health crisis. I'm going to have Lumpy rip his arms out of socket.
I'm thinking that we don't take the train in the subway, that we wait for the train to pass and then we just fucking hoof it.
Yeah, we gotta hook it. We want to stay off cameras as much as possible and not use any
You-
method they can be tracked.
You guys are good at hoofing it. My legs are a quarter of yours.
It's good exercise.
Cardio.
Dwarf, you're supposed to have all that constitution, right?
Yeah, but bad legs. I'll lose weight by running this track by getting half my body removed by a train. There's not that
Oh.
much body to begin with.
We'll be all right. There should be plenty of areas that we can sit off to the side when the train goes by.
You can kick off your shoes if it makes it easier.
There probably is less Well, no.
While we're
Wait,
running, I'll
don't the
pull down
ghouls
the
live in...
I'll pull down the train schedule while we're running so that we're not getting smashed by one.
Don't ghouls live down here?
We'll be fine.
Okay. So you guys close that conversation out, and before you are able to jump down the subway and run the tracks like you said you were going to, there are monitors and feeds that are going on down here that are analog still. You got your screens, and one of them is going to be playing the local Horizon news station. This is one of their more bland stations. This is just the news. It's basically the old school 1960s version of the news, where it's just the facts, presented in the most boring but factual way possible. And then there are other stations that are playing as well, but this is the one that has the volume on at the moment. And it's letting people, breaking news. Winry Cortez, populist politician and stark competition for likely frontrunner for the mayoral seat in Seattle in the upcoming election cycle, has been assassinated outside the Glencoe apartments. And it goes into, who she was, all the populist positions that she supported, her pro-meta stances, her anti-corporate stances. And just as it hits that last bit where, the last train goes by and it gives you your opening in order to make your escape through the subway tunnels.
Did we see the close-up of Mr. Glitch DeVille?
Oh, yes. You do see the close-up of Glitch. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot to do that part. We do have some. There are some suspects, and they do have Glitch on the balcony, and then they do have the other, you two as well with Glitch outside of the building, but only just outside the building. They don't show you beyond that. So it's just a couple still images, a little bit of video, and just from the balcony and just outside, and you guys running down an alley, and then the video cuts back and loops back to the anchor.
Oh no.
All right, we'll take off as we're moving, we'll take off the monocle. We'll flip the coat inside out, change the color of it, change our AR outfits, damage control, put on a baseball cap.
I still think that just, Red Bear's face going, "Oh no," would be the fade to black moment.
Right, perfect.
And that is all I had prepped up for today, was the prologue, sinking the hook in you guys.
Yeah.
How do we
Nice.
feel about that?
Solid.
That's great.
Frankie's got some splaining to do.
Any comments, concerns, things you want to see upcoming for this next session? I'm thinking pick it up in the subway, getting and wherever we're going after the subway, but definitely starting with the subway crawl.
Sounds good to me.
And the steps that Frederick just mentioned, the switch and all that, that's kind of like what'll be starting to with the opening scene. Now, all of a sudden, these guys aren't those guys anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty distinctive.
Yeah, well, as far as the AR and everything goes.
Awesome.
To mitigate where I can.
Yeah.